It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
We continue with Black Eye Podcasts. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of it. If you are listening, you can know that I still have my black eye. If you're watching, you see it. That's why I bring it up. I just don't want to pretend like I don't realize I have it. The black eye has turned now into, it's sort of like a weird art project where you throw a bunch of paint against a canvas and it's just dripping down the canvas being my face. This black eye started above my eye, and now, as it's been a little over a week, it is dripping down my cheek. I'm going to run into my beard pretty soon, which will be nice. It'll blend right in there, and we'll be good to go. But it's still just sort of in the blending phase right now as we get, we start to get down there. We'll get there. The black eye will eventually go away. It will be nice to have it gone. Today on the podcast, we have a Kelly's What Are You Into?, where we're taking it to the fast food world because my wife is pregnant and she has cravings. Hallelujah. A little bit of TV talk. We'll obviously get to the comments at the end of the podcast. Some stuff with my children, including the fact my wife's going to be away for the rest of the week, and that opens the door to some stuff. So we'll throw that out there. But I wanted to start with the fact, I think tonight after I'm done recording the podcast, I'm recording this on a Thursday night, it will be night 3 of me trying to finish the movie Dune. And I bring this up because I've realized in parenting, I've lost all grips with movies, and I love movies. I used to love them so much. I rewind time to when I was youthful without kids, maybe when I was single, a little bit when I was single, even when I was dating and married. I'd find time for movies, and I love them. Sit down, watch one that had got, critically acclaimed movie, and I'd watch it. I wouldn't understand it. Then I'd go watch, the movie that was a Rotten Tomatoes score of 30%, and I would love it. So I loved movies, and I wanted to watch Dune because I pretend in my brain like I'm going to have this free time when Dune 2 comes out to go see it in the theater. And my buddy Marcus has always told me we're Dune guys, even though I've never read the book, I've never watched the movies, but he's like, we're Dune guys. Because George Lucas once said that Dune is the reason Star Wars came around. So we're Dune guys because we're Star Wars guys. So we have to be Dune guys. So I'm like, I finally need to watch it. Marcus had mentioned maybe I should watch the 84 was the first Dune movie. He said, watch that first. Well, it's on one of the many streaming services I no longer have. I think it's on Max right now. We don't have Max. So I'm like, dang it, I'm not gonna watch the original. But I have access to the new one, the 2021 version, Timothée Chalamet. So I started it the other night, made it about 40 minutes, and all the tiredness from the day caught up to me. So I go, okay, well, I'll finish it tomorrow. Tried again the next night, made it about 40 minutes. I'm like, what? How long is this movie? My lands. What's 3 hours long? So that makes sense. 3 nights for me, an hour a night for these movies is about where I'm at in parenting. Unfortunately, I'm also at the age where my brain isn't as fresh as it used to be. So now it's been 2 nights since I've been able to watch any Dune. I've forgotten what happened the first night I watched it. So I don't know how I'm going to take in movies anymore, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm just trying to stay hip and watch a movie that is 3 years old and feel like I watched a brand new movie. I mean, I know my wife and I want to watch Barbie at some point. We tried to watch an episode of Love is Blind the other night and made it 30 minutes into an episode of TV. That was it. That's where we're at right now. I did get to watch Cars today. We've got really crappy weather in Kentucky right now. It's really rainy out. So this morning, I looked at my son. I go, you know what, bud? We've raced cars enough. We've done enough Mario Hot Wheels for the day. Let's sit down before lunch, you and me on the couch. We'll get in the blanket, and let's watch Cars, because he loves it. But I've never watched it with him. It'll be on TV for a little bit, 20 minutes here and there, and I always see the same part. The first 20 minutes of Cars, I've seen it a million times. But today I'm like, we need to watch it because I've never seen it. And I've seen almost every Disney movie. I pride myself in being a Disney movie lover. I don't know if that's something to be proud of now that I say it out loud. So I'm a Disney movie lover by default because I grew up around them. And I love the Toy Story movies. I loved a lot of the Pixar stuff. I liked Bug's Life. Didn't love Bug's Life, like Bug's Life. And so Pixar's been good to me. So we sit down and watch Cars. It was really good. I wanted to rip it. I was like, this I'm gonna find a way to be tough guy who's anti-cars. Nah, you can't be. Lightning McQueen's great. The fine folks of Radiator Springs are great. I don't find the humor in Mater. I remember him being a big character back in the day because Larry the Cable Guy voiced him, and it was kind of cool, and there was a lot of Mater stuff. He's great. My son doesn't really laugh at him. I think if my kids don't really laugh at the character, I'm 42. They're not really coming for me with a character like Mater. But it worked for me. The movie was great. And now I'm excited because we've got Cars 2 and Cars 3 to watch. I went out today on Twitter and asked to rank them because I wanted to see if I should be excited about the next two. And everyone said the first one was the best one. So that's different than Toy Story, where Toy Story gets better. And so the first one's great, but you've got great things coming with the next ones. Everyone in the Cars was like, Cars 1's the best one. So I started at the top, and we'll move forward to the worst Cars movie, the lesser Cars movies in the next couple of weeks with the kiddos. So that is now, it's on my list though. I've seen Cars, liked Cars, and it would be one that I would watch again for sure. Okay, I mentioned that Anna is leaving town. My wife's going to leave town for the rest of the week, and so we're in dad mode here. It's going to be dad mode. We've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to just hang. So this opens up a lot of doors as a dad when you're doing the solo parent thing, because you're trying to get through a lot of stuff. Got the kids, got Huck all day. Olivia's got a little bit of school tomorrow and Thursday. Huck and I will just be chilling. I'll be making up excuses why we should be watching movies on the couch. Oh, it's too nice of weather. It was too hot. So we had to go to the basement and watch a movie. Oh, it's raining again. Got to go to the basement to watch a movie. Oh, it's just perfect weather. Perfect weather. But you know what? Olivia's not here. We should probably not waste it without her. So we'll always find an excuse to watch a movie. But with Anna out of town, it means it opens up the door for some fun stuff for the family. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll tell you what I'm thinking we're going to try this week. And I bring it up because I would love the naysayers, the haters, or the people who have done this and are against it to reach out and let me know, hey, stop. Don't do it. But mom away means a couple things. One of them is when Anna's out of town, Olivia gets to sleep in mom and dad's bed. So she sleeps in our bed, and she just loves it, goes nuts. In fact, today Anna asked her, "Are you sad that mom's leaving for a couple days?" And Olivia's answer was, "No, I get to sleep in your bed now." So she loves it. And I don't know, I love it too. It's one of my favorite parts of when Anna's on the road and we're looking for a positive. This is one of my favorite parts of it, is I get to sleep in that bed, and Olivia gets up there and she snuggles up and she brings 50 stuffed animals in there. No one can really fit in the bed. And I love her sleeping in my bed, even though that always entails a 2:00 in the morning wake up with two little feet directly in my face. My daughter is crazy when she sleeps. She'll start out with her feet on the pillow and her head down at the base of the bed. And then next thing you know, she's like got none of the covers on and she's kind of sleeping in a ball in the middle of the bed. Then I'll wake up again and she's now under the covers sleeping normally. And then eventually there's 2 feet in my face. And that is my daughter sleeping. And I love it. Even though you get no sleep, there's something really cute about it. Every time you wake up and you see your cute little kid's face, just hunkered down, feeling super cozy. You feel like they're feeling protected. It's good. I love that. So we're excited for that. The other thing we get to bust out, when mom's away, we make mac and cheese the way that God intended mac and cheese to be, Kraft macaroni and cheese. Not Velveeta, not fancy pants, $3, $4 a box kind of mac and cheese that you get at your fancy organic food stores. We're not doing, the Stofers in the pan, in the oven. We're not making our own. We're going to the best in the biz, Kraft macaroni and cheese, as is written on the box. Do the instructions as is. Don't get crazy with it. And it's going to be the best night. My kids are going to house call that stuff. And it's a when mom's away special. Mom comes home, we get the vegan version or whatever it is, or I don't know. It's one that every time we make it, it doesn't smell right. You're like, does that smell right to you? No, but I think it's going to be good for the kids. So So we make that one that just smells like absolute trash. But not this week. This week we're going to dive into that craft. My daughter's going to get hyped. My son's going to be running around during dinner anyway, so he doesn't care. We are at that age where it is impossible to eat dinner with our children. We love doing it. My son will sit for the most part. He'll sit and eat dinner because he likes it. Unfortunately, he's very persuaded by my daughter to copy her. And my daughter is one bite and then run around the house, come back, one bite, dip, run around, run down to the front door, do a race against a ghost, and then back for another bite and does a spin move and shows us what she learned in dance class. Eating with her is insane. Eating with her is insane. She burns all the calories for every bite that she takes. She burns right after she takes the bite by running around our house. It's wild. It's a wild place. And we try to continually, we're going to sit and eat dinner as a family. Let's do this. We're going to talk. That lasts 3 minutes. And then at some point, my wife and I are like, well, we're hungry. We're going to eat. Go ahead. Go run a marathon, Olivia. Whatever. We're also going to try to do the forts. We try to do forts when mom's away. And one of the things my daughter loves is when mom's away, we build the forts and leave them up overnight. We don't clean them up in the night. So we'll build a fort in the afternoon and it'll be there. And then dinner's done. And my daughter's very nervous that something has happened during dinner to the fort. She'll run back downstairs. The fort's still there. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Then we'll go to bed. And if she wakes up and the fort is still there in the morning, it's a big time. So we'll get the forts up, and we're going to hit up the kids' museum again this weekend. I'm going to revisit it, even with the black eye. I might put on a polo shirt and some dress pants, and some fancy pants shoes, and try to really look the part as a parent there at the kids' museum with the black eye. But here's the thing I wanted to bring up to you parents out there who have done this, because I think I want to do it with my daughter this week. It's a two-parter. I want to make slime with her. She is obsessed with slime. She always has been. My niece made it a lot, and so every now and then she would give Olivia a little container of slime, and Olivia would go crazy for it, and she's always asking to make it at home. The reason we haven't ever done this is thanks to my brother-in-law, Reed. Reed once said, and I mentioned my niece is into making slime, and Reed once said that it's so messy. He's like, I hate when my kids make slime because it's so messy. Ew. That one stuck with me. And I have not been able to really shake it, the thought of it being really, really messy. Because I'm not the greatest cleanup guy in the world. I don't like dirty. I'm just not wonderful at cleaning it to the spick and span level that things should be with what we're using our countertops for. And so trying to do something that I know is going to make a mess could just be tough. But I think we're going to try slime this weekend. And I think that could be a cool thing. And the other thing I want to do with my daughter, because I think it would be fun, food related. My grandma used to do this with my sister and I, and it was the greatest thing that happened. But we try to do things that are fun and special when mom's gone to distract from the fact that my kids just adore my wife, adore her. And so when she's gone, we have our moments where life is ending in the house. Mom's not home. We've got kids crying, laying on their backs, screaming to the heavens. I mean, I've just given them 4 suckers, 5 little Tootsie Rolls, a bunch of Hershey's Kisses. I've bribed them with everything, and they're still laying on this floor looking at me going, you don't love us nearly as much as Mom. We need Mom. I'm like, I'm trying here. Good night. But they love her. And so we try to do things to keep things moving here at the house when she's gone. And I think one of the things I want to do is let my daughter go through the cereal aisle and pick out any box she wants. My grandma, like I said, used to do that for my sister and I, and we thought it was so cool. Because I don't know if you've been in the cereal aisle lately. There's a lot of choices. So I think I'm going to let my daughter go through. We're going to pick out one box. She can pick out anything she wants, and we'll work on that throughout the weekend. Unfortunately for me, to me, this sounds like a great thing because I'm hoping we're going to look at some Fruity Pebbles, maybe some Lucky Charms, maybe some tricks. You know, something colorful and fun and kids. My daughter's probably going to pick Wheaties. Or she's going to pick Special K because there's a huge K on it. She's going to look at me and go, we learned about K in school. There's a big red K. Let's get that one. And it's going to sit in our cupboard. I'm going to be the only one to eat it. I'm going to eat it all in one fell swoop in a big, huge bowl. So I think we're going to do that this weekend. It should be It should be rather enjoyable. I'm excited for it, though. I wanted to bring up the slime thing because if you are a parent who has done the slime, is there a specific one to do that's better than any other ones? Is there any tips you would have? Is it too messy? Am I gonna ruin stuff in the kitchen that's gonna Reed, you got to me. Reed, you got to me. Let's do it.
Kelly's What Are You Into?
Thank you, Anna, for today's Kelly's What Are You Into? It has not been a lot during this pregnancy. My wife is a little over halfway done being pregnant with our third kid. And with the previous two children, my wife had a lot of cravings. Now, she's been on the road a ton the last month and a half. And so maybe she's had these cravings and I just have not been privy to them. But we had a big time Arby's for a while with either Huck or Olivia. I forget which one it was. There was a minute where Burger King French fries were the only thing my wife wanted for one of the kids. That was a great time. There's been Gatorades. I'm trying to remember. There was another drink that my wife wanted. I don't remember when she was pregnant. And it was great because I would just get two. One for her, one for me. We're in this together, babe. We're in this together. I'm willing to be in this with you. You need a Whopper? I'm willing. Tonight, I finally got craving Anna, and it was wonderful. I got home, went upstairs. My wife goes, "Oh, I was just going to text you. I didn't know if you were home yet. I could really use some Taco Bell." I couldn't get back downstairs to my wallet and keys and shoes fast enough. I hauled it 5 steps at a time down the stairs. Took that corner real nice and tight. I just watched Lightning McQueen do it earlier in the day, so I knew you turn right to go left. I was in the zone. And got in the truck, and I booked it to Taco Bell. I'm texting her, "What do you want?" So she sends me her order. She needed her cheesy gordita crunch, and so we in line to get it. Okay, you know what she's been obsessed with? Sprite and Starry. That has been her Woods obsession. Sprite and Starry. If we can get those, she's loving it. So a large Starry was order 1 from Taco Bell. She wanted a Crunchwrap Supreme, and I finally got to try it, and I can report back to it now officially. The Cheesy Chicken Crispinada, one of the new menu items that Taco Bell's bringing to the table in 2024. My people, I do not know how long it's going to be there, but it is a must-try fast food item. Holy smokes, it is good. It is an empanada-looking item, obviously. Crispinada. It looks like an empanada. Crispy exterior. Inside, it is, just as advertised, cheesy chicken. A pulled chicken with a bunch of the melted cheese in there. So that by itself is really good. But it comes with a spicy ranch sauce that is top-notch fast food dipping salsa. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I think you can get the spicy ranch sauce. I think you can order it on its own. I don't know how much it costs, but I wanted to go back to Taco Bell and get one of everything and dip everything they've got in this spicy ranch sauce. So highly recommended. The Cheesy Chicken Crispinada. Get it. It's limited time. You're going to want to say you were there when it happened so that when it goes away, you can tell your children about the time you had this amazing fast food menu item, this amazing Crispinada from Taco Bell. Shall we do the comments? Let's do it. Let's start on YouTube. We had 2 YouTube comments, throwing it back to a couple podcasts ago that I want to get to. And let me bring them up here. It was in regards to shaving. If you're not following along on YouTube, you should. You can get your comments up on YouTube. We read the comments off YouTube, Spotify, and then off the website, Sean'sLife.com. Those are the 3 places you can go comment and get your comments read on the next podcast. 2 of them from YouTube today about shaving. I had mentioned that I don't know where you're supposed to shave as a guy, so I'm now just shaving the garage, sweep the shavings out in the grass. So here's the 2 things I got. This one from Frequent Rage 3806. Get a mirror for the shower, trim your beard in there, and then wash it down the drain and take a shower. Okay, I love that. So I have done the shaving in the shower, and I have done that a lot, but so I used to do this all the time when I was younger. When your shower drain gets clogged, it is the most frustrating. And once that happened, like the second time that it happened to me, where I got it all unclogged and then clogged it up again, and you're taking your shower and all of a sudden the water is building up. If you have like the shower tub, which at the time I did, and the water starts building up and you're like, why is there water around my ankles right now? That was when I stopped doing it. So I love the suggestion of shaving in the shower because it seems like it would be a great place to do it because then you can rinse off right there too. But I've just been burnt by it too many times. Night Logical says this: if you're finding hair in your kid's room that isn't yours, you should be concerned. Fair. But I'm telling you, sometimes it is mine because you shave, and if you don't shower right away and really shower well, you got all these little beard clippings, shrapnel all over your body, and they just drop all over the house. You're walking around like it's fall, just shedding all of your leaves all over the house for the whole family to enjoy. Spotify, we had one. Yvonne said this, and in regards to Rob Sacre in North Central, best coach of the year. Got to be GSO coach of the year. Has to be. I don't know how anyone else wins that. Says, might have to go see a game. I'm an NC Indians alum. I know Wolfpack now, but always an Indian. Excited for Rob. Yeah, they used to be the North Central Indians. Changed their name to North Central Wolfpack. Yvonne, unfortunately, all the games from here on out are in Tacoma because they play on Thursday in Tacoma, and then the rest of the way through, if they win, it's all Tacoma Dome games for North Central. And who knows if Rob's going to be back. You know what? Maybe we do a podcast where Rob has to make his announcement on whether he's going to stay at North Central, go coach collegiately, which, by the way, David Riley, I'm looking at you. David. Well, first of all, David Riley, are you going to stay at Eastern? Because you're going to win the Big Sky this year. You're also going to win the Big Sky tournament, and you're going to win an NCAA game in the tournament this year. That's just going to happen this year. Are you going to stay at Eastern? And if you don't, that's going to open a spot somewhere along the coaching lineup for Rob. So we're going to have Rob announce whether he's staying at North Central, going to be a coach at Eastern, or going to retire from coaching. We need to have that podcast. Break the news here. Thank you, Yvonne, for the comment. Two of them off the website, seanslife.com. Shelly says this. Question for you. I've heard you mention birria tacos several times. What are birria tacos? Are you saying birria, pronouncing it different than me, or is it a different taco I need to know about? I love tacos. Shelly, it is birria. It's those tacos, birria. But sometimes I just say birria because it's easy and I'm getting lazy with my Spanish as I get further and further away from my old Venezuelan roots. But they are birria tacos. And they're the best. They are the best. They're the best form of taco. I am a late adopter of that. And Shelly, I love them. I don't know. I'm not. Okay, so the places I've lived, Spokane, they opened a place that sells birria tacos up on Nevada by Gonzaga, and I never got to go there. I never went there. I saw it a bunch of times and never stopped by to try it out. It used to be a pho place that Johnny Drez and I used to go to all the time, and it turned into a taco place. And then in Lexington, I've not seen anything like that here at all. So, I don't know. But Shelly, if you're in San Diego, call Darnay. I'll text Darnay for you and get you squared away with the best, with the best birria tacos. Birria. Why is my Spanish failing me? Birria tacos in the world. Oh, Darnay had an emotional moment with me last night where he called me out for being the worst person he ever played basketball with, in a nice way, not in a mean way. But I'd brought up, I'm not going to bring up what I talked to him about because it's very petty. But then he had called me out for being the worst to play with because of how negative I would be towards him and my buddies Mike and Marcus. And it was like a serious moment with Darnay. Darnay, I apologize. I love playing hoops with you. I hope you know that. Okay, final comment. Oh, my guy Jelly. Jelly chimes in. Jelly sent me a video today. He is deep into the flight simulator world to the point where he's got at his house an actual flight sim unit. First, when I walked in and saw it, I thought he had got some kind of weightlifting mechanism. No, it's a frame for his flight situation where he's got the throttle, he's got the joystick, he's got all the panels. Oh, huge monitor, big into the flight sim world. And I'm proud of him for that. But he sent me a video today, excuse me, of the new flight sim plane that's out. Good luck, Jelly. Anyways, what did Jelly say? He said, energy drinks are something I hold near and dear to my heart. I really like the Mountain Dew ones in the silver can. I think Mountain Dew Rise. But they may be getting discontinued because I can't find them around anymore. I've moved on to sugar-free Monster. They have one that tastes like Ruby Red Squirt. That's pretty darn good. Okay, Jelly, I'm going to have to try the red can, sugar-free red can. The Mountain Dew, okay, Mountain Dew energy drink. I'm looking it up again real quick because there was one that was discontinued. I do not remember if it was Rise or Kickstart or Amp or something like that. And I need to remember which one it was. But the Mountain Dew did have an energy drink, and it went away. And I think Kickstart is the new one. Let's see if I can. Oh, why can't I find this? There we go. Mountain Dew Energy, formerly known as Mountain Dew Rise, was a line of energy drinks that was discontinued. Oh, wow. Okay. In my face. Never mind. Mountain Dew Energy, formerly known as Mountain Dew Rise, was a line of energy drinks released January 2021, discontinued January 2024. This year. So that is what happened there. Sorry, Jelly. Can't get that anymore. You're going to be, excuse me, you're going to be a Monster Energy guy. Okay, I got to be done. I got to be done for the night. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. To anyone who's been commenting, subscribing to the YouTube channel, commenting on the YouTube page, that's been huge and very nice of you. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.